If you think public libraries are just books, think again. The modern library is alive and well in Long Beach. Francisco Vargas is the Youth Service Officer at the Long Beach Public Library, where he creates and implements programming for children's ages birth to 18. Welcome.
Hi. How are you, Andrea?
I'm well, thank you. This is a 3D printer, and we are going to talk about this in just a couple minutes, but
Sure.
Can you tell me a little bit about your role and responsibilities as a youth services coordinator?
Well, my role has sort of shifted a little bit. We do programming for all ages, not just youth.
Oh.
And but for a long time, libraries were focusing on the youth. And now we're focusing on preschoolers, we're focusing on teenagers, we're focusing on intergenerational programming. So like with the 3D printer, what we want is everybody. So the library is for everybody, and I coordinate programming for all ages. One of our biggest programs is the Summer Reading Club, because research tells us that children have these learning loss during the summer. And if you remember going back to elementary school, you come back from summer break and you'd just be reviewing for the first 2 months.
Right.
So what we have found out, if a child reads even just one book for pleasure, this is not something like that your teacher assigned for you during the summer, but if they just read for pleasure, they keep those levels of, especially the reading, they stay on top. And if they read more than that, then they can even go up a grade or two.
Okay, so can you tell us a little bit about the library's role in teaching youth and adults alike?
Right. So the library is about accessing information. And so accessing technology now is part of information. A lot of our information comes through the internet. We are 24/7 libraries, and essentially because we have ebooks. We have not only ebooks, we have magazines, which is a new service we just implemented this week.
Right.
We have free music.
What do you mean magazines? Online?
Yes. So we have an app called Zenio, and if you go to our homepage, you'll see it right at the very top. But you literally have 80 subscriptions at your fingertips, and they're on demand. So every single person in Long Beach could download all 80 and have them on their iPad. And it ranges from, Time Magazine to ESPN, de todos los colores y sabores, like we say in our Latin world.
Wonderful. Can you give us some examples of the new programming that is planned for the Long Beach Public Library?
Right, so part of the reason we purchased the 3D printer is because we want to open up a makerspace. Makerspaces is the culture of making anything, hacking, of creativity. Libraries have been doing this for several years now. It's a trend. And what people are going to come in, and the public is going to come in and is going to experiment with different mediums. So it may be 3D printing, it may be soldering, it may be stitching, it may be any kind of visual art. It could be music, like GarageBand. We can work with Final Cut Pro. We could work with iMovie. So from highbrow to lowbrow, all in between, all the different abilities. A little bit of it will be robotics, and definitely everything will be tied to the Common Core. It'll be tied to STEM, which is technology, engineering, math, science. And we want everyone to really kind of get their hands dirty, test something out without, free, just playing around, because I think that's how we all best learn, is through playing and manipulating. And then out of that, after they're done, they'll be like, oh, you know what? I didn't even know, but I was learning about science. Oh, I didn't even know, and I was doing a literature-based activity. So we're kind of tricking people into coming in and doing something fun and then walking away with like, oh my gosh, that was amazing experience.
I love it. I love it. So I guess we're ready to maybe do some playing now. Why don't we play with the 3D printer? At least tell us what we could do if we did play. Can you show us some examples of some of the projects that people have made?
Sure. So you can make anything that's stretchy. So this is very stretchy. It's called a stretchlet. As you can tell, we can print with different colors. Or you can print something solid. This is a robot we printed. It took 6 hours to print because it's laying down the foundation very slowly. I've had people stand on it of all sizes. It's very strong.
So it's plastic. The material is plastic.
It's plastic.
You can design whatever. I could design whatever I want. The sky's the limit with creativity.
Yes, there's actually an app that's free on the iPad, and you can just email the file to yourself, manipulate it all you want, and then just send it to the printer. And you can make actually regular items. This is an
I love
iPhone
this.
5
Oh,
case. Yes.
this is so cute. Are you going to be selling these or?
No, we don't sell anything. We don't
Okay.
charge usually. The printing, it's kind of fun and exciting right now. There's a lot of there are people printing prosthetics for people with disabilities. There are people printing amazing things, and this, we really want to let people be entrepreneurs of themselves. So if you have an idea, come check it out and let us know.
And so if I come in, someone will definitely guide me, explain what I need to do,
Absolutely.
and give you lots of education in advance before you. Is that how it works? Have you
Yeah.
started doing it?
Yeah, so we got the printer a couple months ago, and it literally took us a couple of days to figure it all out.
Okay.
And so it's not difficult. The interface that the MakerBot, the creator of this machine, has done is very simple. It could go very detailed, so where you're creating your very own object, or you can just take an object and that's currently existing and then just modify it. And it does not take a PhD. It's literally super accessible. So once we open the makerspace, we don't have a date set on stone yet, but
Okay.
we would love to have a grand opening and an open house and have tons of demonstrations.
Okay, well, we're looking forward to that. Who are you hoping to attract, or who are you targeting to when you develop this idea of a maker space? Who do you think's going to go and get involved in this creative new aspect of the library?
Well, a lot of libraries open up spaces like this, and they say it's just for teenagers, and I laugh at that because I think this is a public library. This is for everybody. So I want everyone from toddlers all the way to senior citizens coming in and going at bringing their talents in, because the only way this works is when you have mentors and you have novices and you have people of all levels. And it really is the technology has really leveraged information and ideas, and so I think for us to pigeonhole it just for teenagers, for example, it's the best thing would be to open it up to everybody.
So it's for everyone.
And hackers come in all shapes and sizes. And I know that's kind of a dirty word, a hacker, but it's really about creativity and about solving problems.
Right.
So I'll give you an example. So
Briefly.
Just super quick. I was looking for something to hold my phone in my Mini Cooper. And I have an iPhone 4. And so I looked, and somebody had already created something that sticks in your CD player this costs 25 cents to make, or 35 cents. And so had I gone to the dealership and bought it, it would have been maybe $165, or maybe it doesn't even exist. And right there, I was able to create something that was useful, that was going to keep me hands-free on the freeway.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much for being here. For more information on the Long Beach Public Library, please visit www.lbpl.org.